An investigation into the death of a Charleston County inmate, Jamal Sutherland, was receiving treatment at a mental health facility but was arrested and booked at the Alcannon Detention Center. News 2 investigator Sophia Destasor reviewed what happened in the final minutes before his final breath.
Brendan, the video of that struggle is hard to watch. The deputies used pepper spray and a taser at least 6 times in an effort to gain control. But there's a gray area when it comes to use of force in moments like that one. How much was Sutherland resisting? Was he obeying commands? Did the deputies feel threatened? So I turned my focus to the time after Sutherland was restrained. Here's what I learned. We warn you, this video is graphic.
911. We have committed patients in the psychiatric hospital. One has assaulted several patients.
It's the call to police that would change the course of Jamal Sutherland's life. Arrested by North Charleston police at a mental health facility for assault, booked into the Alcannon Detention Center. Jamal Sutherland would only have 14 more hours to live. According to Ninth Circuit Solicitor Scarlett Wilson, deputies were directed to conduct a jail cell extraction on Sutherland to ensure he attend his bond court hearing.
He's already said we have to use force on him.
This is the struggle that followed. After 2 minutes, former detention deputy Lindsay Fickett gained control, handcuffing Sutherland before dragging him out of the cell where he would later die. We took a closer look at the video and learned about well-documented warnings on the prone position or face down on the ground. It allows officers to gain control, but Sesto, a University of South Carolina law professor and police scholar who testified in the Derek Chauvin trial, says there's a catch.
Once that person is in handcuffs, they need to be taken out of the prone restraint position immediately.
Because that prone position can lead to what's called positional asphyxia, a deadly outcome that is widely known in the police community, listed here in a 1995 bulletin from the U.S. Department of Justice. It reads, as soon as a suspect is handcuffed, get him off his stomach. It explains oxygen deficiency, reading, the individual experiences increased difficulty in breathing.
You may still see the lungs inflating and deflating as they breathe in and out, but over time, the breaths that they're taking in aren't enough.
So how much time should a person who's restrained remain prone before being turned to their side or seated?
Are we talking minutes?
No, this is a matter of seconds.
Which brings us back to January 5th. Fickett and former Deputy Brian Houle seen here double-locking Sutherland's handcuffs at 9:37 a.m. At 9:38, a spit hood is placed over Sutherland's head. At 9:39, he's dragged out of his cell, still in the prone position. Nearing 9:40, Fickett sits on Sutherland again. That would be the last moan Sutherland made. A minute later, an unresponsive Sutherland is finally turned to his side, propped on a chair. It would be another 9 minutes before chest compressions would begin. So did Fickett know about the dangers of holding someone prone?
If they don't, they are egregiously unprepared for their job duties.
We obtained training materials from the South Carolina Justice Academy, which trains all law enforcement officers. It clearly explains positional asphyxiation, reading, quote, this condition can lead to death, stating officers should place the suspect in a proper recovery position as soon as possible.
This has been out for a number of years.
Justice Academy Director Jackie Swindler says every officer knows the importance of the recovery position.
We really emphasize in getting that person up as soon as possible so that you can make sure that they're breathing.
But like all training in law enforcement, he says high-stress situations make response impossible to control.
It's easy for you to say, why didn't you do this or do that? When it's a split-second decision, you're trying to decide, what's the best safe practice I can do to resolve this and be safe and have a good outcome. It's tough.
Neither Stoughton or Swindler could comment on this case in particular. The sheriff's office is still investigating the incident, along with the solicitor's office, who will determine if charges are pressed against the former deputies. Reporting in studio, Sophia Destasor, Count on 2.